This program is proudly brought to you by Appearance Trendy Wardrobe and Kitchen, Cocado's Healthy Cuisine, and Vista Pediatrics.
In 2021, I had the privilege of sitting on live TV to share my personal experience with postpartum depression. And the next day, what happened totally took me off. I woke up to quite a number of messages from different women all over the world sharing with me their personal experiences with baby blues or postpartum depression. And today, we have one such woman, a bold woman who is willing to share her personal story with baby blues with us. Let's talk more after the break. This is the Two Words Mom Show.
This program is proudly brought to you by Appearance Trendy Wardrobe and Kitchen, Cocado's Healthy Cuisine, and Vista Pediatrics. Welcome back from the commercial break. You're still watching Two Words Mom's Show, your favorite parenting show. And today we are talking about a very crucial topic, postpartum depression or baby blues. We have a wonderful woman. You know, it takes bold women to share bold stories. We have a wonderful woman with us here by name Mrs. No, she's going to have an issue with me, so let me just stick with Miss Yvonne Tay. Miss Yvonne Tay is a supply chain officer, but most importantly, she is a mom of a beautiful 2-year-old girl. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Ifwa.
And finally, you're on our set.
Yes.
I've fooled you small. You're trying to hide, but I've brought you.
Yes, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, and I'm happy that you're willing to open up. The world needs more stories like these.
Sure.
To educate women, to keep women informed. So thank you for doing this.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Okay, before we zoom into the whole serious stuff, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay.
The part I don't know.
So you already know my name.
Yeah.
I'm a mom of a 2-year-old girl, and I love to have fun. I love to party, but being a mom is not allowing me. So when I get a little chance, I'm outside.
When you say have fun, what fun do you have? Do you go to the club? Do you?
Yes.
Okay. You don't say. You want to leave the baby home and go where?
Yes, I want to live life.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what your head's talk about.
Okay.
The day you told me about this, I could totally relate because I have had my fair share of postpartum depression.
Yeah.
But how long did yours last for?
Fortunately for me, it didn't last too long. About 2 weeks and over, a little over 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
So that qualifies as baby blues.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. When did you realize that you were depressed?
I think the second day or the third.
When you brought baby
home, yes. I realized no, something was wrong because I wasn't happy. I was just extremely sad. I was crying and I knew something was wrong with me. Yes. So the day I had my baby and came home, everything was jolly, nice and beautiful. I came home to a beautiful decor. My parents did a little decor at home. pop champagne, and that's their first grandchild. So you can imagine there was a lot of excitement. Everyone was happy until at night I had to wake up to breastfeed baby.
The first night.
The first night, I realized that no, everybody is sleeping. Why am I the only one awake? So it started from there, and then I realized that I wasn't really ready for the changes I'm seeing. So I didn't even take it. I didn't realize anything was wrong at the time until I started crying for no reason. I was just extremely sad. I wasn't happy. I wasn't feeling okay. Then I realized that something was wrong with me.
What changes? You said you weren't ready for the changes. What changes are
Okay,
you
so
talking
my
about?
body had changed so much. So when I was pregnant, I was told if you don't want stretch marks on your belly, apply coconut oil. And I was doing that religiously. There was no time I would miss. I was even overdoing. Like I'll do it like 4 times in a day. As soon as I see my belly is dry, sorry, I'll go get coconut oil and smear on my whole belly. But after I had baby and I was being dressed up in the washroom, I looked in the mirror and all my days under my belly was like a whole, I don't know how to describe it, stretch marks running down there, and I wasn't happy about it. So then I kind of forgot about it when I got home the very first day. But afterwards, I could see that my body wasn't getting back to how I used to be. Prior to getting pregnant, I used to be exercising. I'll go to the gym. I was dieting. I wanted to be in like a good shape. But I realized that after having baby, I came home and you know how they tell you that when you come home, after baby is here, everything goes back to normal. Everything go back to, that wasn't my case. Like nothing was going back to normal. My feet were still swollen. My belly was still out there. If I don't tie it, you see that it was still there. And yes, I wasn't liking what I was seeing in the mirror.
So, besides the crying, what were the other initial symptoms? How are you feeling generally?
I just felt like the baby is coming to steal something from me. Like he's coming to take away my joy, and I wasn't ready for it. Yes.
So, did this knowledge, this thought of yours about the baby coming to steal your joy, did it affect your relationship with your child?
Yes. In the beginning, I wasn't bonding with her so much. I just felt like she's taking something away from me that I wasn't ready to give. Yes. So we were not bonding earlier. I was doing everything I could do for her as a mom. I would feed her. I would sing for her. It started getting to me at night. I love to sleep. And babies don't like sleeping at night. So when it's time for me to sleep and then she's now awake, she's now crying, I feel like, no, you're disturbing my sleep.
Did you hated her for it?
I won't use the word hate. It wasn't to that extent. I won't say I hated her. I just wasn't happy about the fact that she won't let me sleep. So I remember I used to I used to think that maybe there's something spiritually wrong with her. So I'll pray. I'll tell her tonight you have to sleep. I remember like a few times I have to pray over her and then we sleep. But I told her no. I was praying, but then she was still waking up. Yes.
So, was she feeding?
I thought she was feeding. So until we realized that you put her to breast for a long time, as long as more than an hour, and she's still, as soon as I take the breast from her, she's still crying. So then somebody visited us one day and was telling me, an elderly woman, and she told me that the way your baby is crying, it means she's not getting anything from the breast. So you give her formula or water. And I disagreed because I wanted to do exclusive breastfeeding.
Okay.
So it was at that point that we had to seek medical attention. That's when we realized that baby was checked and she hadn't gained no weight at all. She still had her birth
Baby
weight.
yeah.
Yes, nothing had increased. And then that's when they realized that I had a problem and baby was also not gaining any weight. Yes.
Do you think the fact that baby was always crying was also part of the reasons why you were crying?
No.
Or it came from a different place?
Yes, a different place. She was usually crying at night. During the day, she would just be a good girl and she would sleep the whole time. Even you have to wake her up to feed her. It was only so I wasn't crying because she was crying. I just felt like something within me wasn't prepared for this whole new phase that I was going through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where was everybody? Were you alone?
No, I was not alone at all. I had everybody around. I had my husband, my parents, my mom, my dad, my siblings. It was a full house. So because I didn't have help, I actually traveled back home to have baby so I could get all the help I needed. So I had everybody around. They were always happy. They want to come and see. When everybody wakes up in my house, they come to my room to come and look at baby, and they all loved her. But I was just having difficult time bonding with her. Yeah.
So you felt lonely, even though everybody was there.
Yes, I felt so alone, especially at night, because I have to give breast.
Yeah.
I had a breast. My husband didn't have breast. My mother could not give.
Of course.
Yes, so I was at that point. Everybody is sleeping, and I have to be awake. I felt like no, I'm so alone. Yes, even though I had everybody around, I still felt alone. Yeah.
Okay. So, well, if that is how it affected, so it means it didn't really, apart from the bonding part, it didn't really, affect much. You didn't have harmful thoughts
No,
or anything.
not
Okay.
at all.
So then, let me ask you this: How did it affect your relationship with your partner, with your husband?
I don't think it affected our relationship much because from the beginning, I told him how I was feeling, and all he did was to encourage me and tell me that I shouldn't worry, I'll be fine, everything will be fine. I, on the other hand, felt I wasn't good enough for him anymore. I felt like this is not how he married me. I'm looking different, and I got so dark, like I became darker and increase in weight. Everything had just looked different. So I told him my worries. I told him how I was feeling, and he encouraged me and told me I shouldn't worry that he still loves me the way I was. So
Let me just ask you: Did you
Okay.
believe it when he was saying it?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't believe him at all. I just thought he was just lying to me, and the next day he won't be happy with me. Yes, I didn't believe him at all. Yeah.
So, did it? Every other person around you, when they were speaking, I mean, everybody would encourage you during this
Yes.
phase. Did you even hear the things they were saying?
No, they said everybody was encouraging me, but what was in my head was in my head. They would come, my dad would come, talk to me, mom would talk to me, my mom would talk to me. But I'll still go. So at the time, I had to go and hide and cry because I felt like everybody was encouraging me and I still wasn't getting better. So I went and hide in the washroom. I'll cry, wash my face, and I come out. My mom caught me along the line because she could see that I was still not okay. Yeah. So.
Did anybody ever discourage you? Did anybody say, yeah, you are doing too much. This one too is nothing. Why are you crying? Did you ever get that from anyone?
I wasn't even going anywhere. So I was just at home with my family. I didn't get anyone to tell me that I was doing too much. Yes. I just, when my mom was telling me about her experience with our little brother, I realized that, okay, it's a phase. And then
Your mom experienced.
Yes, my mom was in labor for like 2 days before she had our last born, and yeah, I just when she told me how her experience went, I just felt like okay, I was in a better place than she went through. I also got panics like when I'm sleeping, and then I remember that a midwife was checking me doing the VE on me. I was just like panic in my sleep and I wake up.
Like nightmares.
Yes, I was very, very uncomfortable. So I would tell her that like when I'm sleeping, I feel like in my sleep, I feel like the midwife is walking towards me, about to do the VE on me, and I'll just wake up. And I also had this thing. I had a tear, and I was sutured without any anesthesia. So yes, all those
painful.
Yes, it was extremely painful. I remember it was a terrible experience for me. But the midwife told me that even if she gave me anesthesia, I would still feel the pain. And she said it wasn't a big tear, so she'll just suture it quickly. But I still felt pain.
Yeah, I mean, it's very
I felt pain. So when I went home, I couldn't even sit properly. And all those things were just like flashing back in my memory. I just imagine how the sharp pain and all of that.
You were replaying it
yes,
in your
in my
mind.
memory a lot. So yes, all those things contributed to me being not being happy about the situation I was in. Yeah.
What was the peak of it? What was out of all these, the sleepless nights, baby crying, you crying, baby not eating, and all that? What was the peak? What was the most challenging period of it all?
Okay. I'll say when I realized that my baby wasn't getting anything from my breast,
Okay.
at that point I felt like the worst mom ever. I felt very, very
Oh,
terrible. I felt like I was not happy with her, but now I wasn't happy with myself because I didn't know that she wasn't getting enough breast milk. So it was at that point that I even broke down the more. I was so, so sad that this little innocent girl, I thought she was just crying for no reason, but I realized that she was crying because she wasn't getting anything out of my breast.
I felt guilty.
Yes, I felt guilty. I felt everything bad. So it was at that point that I started feeling okay. I felt like I have wronged her. So then let me
Makeup.
make up for like the times I used to feel like she's stressing me out and all of that. So yes, and at that point I had to accept that she would have to be fed with formula. It was quite difficult for me because I wanted to do exclusive so badly. Like nothing was changing my mind. But then I didn't have an option at that point. So yes, that was the worst part for me.
Mm,
And I didn't know that I assumed that once you have a baby, breast milk should come naturally. I
mm,
didn't know that it's a struggle for
yeah.
you to get breast milk. So like I just broke down at that point.
Huh. Still about breast milk.
Yes.
Let's stay there for a while.
Okay.
Do you think that the people in the medical profession, okay, associated with childbirth, do you think they make moms who are not able to produce breast milk feel guilty?
Yes, they do that to us a lot. Because once they find out you're giving formula, they start bombarding you like
Without even knowing the
knowing the
reason?
reason. Like I put in so much effort to this. I tried, but it wasn't coming. I ate everything I could eat, drank things, but still it wasn't happening for me. So yes, even people, once somebody hears that you're giving a baby formula, hey, then they start giving you all the
It's true.
negative stories about formula.
It's
But
true.
it's not my fault. I wanted to do this exclusive thing so badly, but then I just couldn't. Because when we took the baby to the pediatrician, she could see that she wasn't gaining any weight at all. So she even advised that at this point, we had to give baby formula.
Mm.
Yes, because it was over 2 weeks. That was after 2 weeks when we found out that baby was not gaining any weight at all.
Mm.
Yeah.
How are you responding to those who are making you feel guilty in bed?
They were adding to my cry. Yes, they're
Yeah.
making me like I was so stressed. And it was like I had two group of people. Somebody says that, oh, don't worry about it, formula is fine. Another person saying that formula, your child will get infections, your child will not grow well.
Infections.
My days, like, oh, it was so much. It was so
I
much.
haven't heard about infections.
Infections. Oh,
Really?
yes, I had
I know
that.
they talk about the weight gain and other things, but for your child to get the
Infections
infections,
from
Charlie,
drinking
people,
formula.
why? That's a new one to me.
Yeah.
You mentioned pediatrician, you mentioned the midwife. Does that mean you sought help when you realized you
Yes.
were not okay? Who do you
Yes.
seek help?
Yes. We went back to where I had my baby. And then, unfortunately, they didn't give me personally any advice. The concern was on baby. I was only told, my family was told to give me lots of love and attention and that I'll be fine.
Nobody spoke to you.
Nobody spoke to me. I was even hoping I get like a counseling, sort of, but I didn't get any of that. All attention was on baby and how we can get her to gain some weight. So that was it. I went back
And do you
home.
think that's a mistake we make in
Yes.
this country?
Yes.
Once baby gets here, everybody thinks about
About baby, yeah. They forget about you, the one that brought the baby.
When they call you, hey, how are you?
Yes,
Baby, how is baby?
Yes. Everybody
Nobody
wants to
even
know
says
how baby is. No
how
one,
you're doing.
no one cares about how you are and what you went through to bring that baby into this world. It's quite sad.
So the advice they gave to your family was
To give
yes,
me like love and to give me attention and that I was going to be fine. Yes, that was all.
How did that make you feel? Like you not being attended to the way you were hoping you
I was
would?
just extra sad. If I should say, if anything like extra sad, I was just sad. But thankfully we are here today. So
When I was battling with depression, I'll always say it's a mistake because I mistakenly opened up to somebody that
okay.
this was what I was battling with. I mean, now I talk about it boldly. I
Yeah.
even wrote about it on my blog. But this person was telling me that it was in my head.
Wow, it was in your head?
Yeah.
No
The person
way.
was telling me it was in my head.
No way.
And it's nothing. I don't have to be crying over this and that. That's why I kept asking,
Wow.
how you felt when all that was
What's going on?
happening. Yeah. And when you feel you're not being attended to the right way,
Yeah.
it's sort of worsens the
Of course, it does.
situation
Yes.
for
It
you.
wasn't. Yes, it
Yeah.
does.
Ah, you're still watching the Two Words Mom show. We will be right back after commercial break.
This program is proudly brought to you by Appearance Trendy Wardrobe and Kitchen, Cocado's Healthy Cuisine, and Vista Pediatrics.
Welcome back from the short commercial break. You are still on the Two Words Mom show, your favorite parenting show, and today we are talking about postpartum depression or baby blues. And we have someone here who is sharing with us her experience with baby blues. So, Miss Tay, when you now went to the hospital, you saw the midwife, and I mean, like we are saying, they were giving all the advice to your family and friends. Personally, you said it lasted for 2 weeks.
Yes, a little over 2 weeks.
A little over 2 weeks.
Yes.
What did you now start implementing? What did you start doing that made you, start recovering, or did it just go away by itself?
No. I started reading, so I just randomly go and check. So that was when I heard the word for the first time, baby blues. So that I'll check what it means. I went on YouTube, watched a few videos, and I realized that there's so many other women experiencing that.
Yeah.
At that point too was when they found out my child wasn't getting anything. She wasn't gaining any weight. So I started feeling guilty. So in a way, it took my mind off how I was feeling. I started feeling for my baby that she wasn't even getting anything to eat for the past 2 weeks. So I was just putting in efforts to like make up for when I felt she was stealing something from me. So I started giving her more attention, and at that point, we started bonding the more, and gradually, it started getting better. Yeah.
I'm glad that you put in all that effort.
Yeah.
And what do you think? What do you wish when you say what do you wish you had known before you experienced the baby blues?
Okay. I think there was not enough education. So I went through pregnancy school throughout the whole pregnancy journey, but it was all about you preparing you for the labor, the D-Day, preparing you, and then no one talks about what happens or what could happen after you have a baby. No one tells you these things, and no one even prepares you psychologically that something like this may happen. I'm sure if I had known, maybe it wouldn't have had a toll on me as much as it did. So yeah, there was not so much information around things like this. Yeah. So I wish I knew that it's possible, it could happen to anyone. Yes, and I'm sure if I had known, I'd have just okay, it could happen and it's happening to me. It would have been easier to handle than not having an idea and then you going through it. Yes.
And I even think for some people, I mean, those of us who read a lot, you will still read, and then when it's happening to you, you don't even know that it's what is happening to you. And
Yeah,
you're like,
sure.
is this that? Is this what,
It's happening to
they
me.
said? So yeah, it
Yeah.
can happen to anyone at all.
True.
anyone at all. Would you say that your experience with the early stages of depression or the baby blues has affected your relationship with your child?
In the beginning, it did, but now we are the best of friends.
Do you think it's also because you feel you neglected her?
Okay, that was after I found out
Yeah.
that she wasn't getting anything. She wasn't even feeding. She wasn't gaining weight. Then I felt guilty. So then I had to make up for the times that I wasn't giving her attention. But after that, everything became like normal. Yes, and I started enjoying her as she was growing. And then, as they are growing, the late night cries and waking up at night, everything just reduces.
Yeah.
Yes. So when it got to the time that I realized, okay, she's growing, she's changing, I started becoming like a happy mother.
How are you
And
now?
now I love my baby so much, and I regret everything that I felt about her. I love her so much. She's very very, very touchy. She kisses me a lot. Like, she's my favorite person. So right now, we are best of friends.
I am
We
glad.
are
I'm very
best of
happy
friends
to
right
hear
now.
that.
Yes.
Thank you. But before you go, I want you to say something to the medical professionals. Okay, those who take care of pregnant women and fresh moms, postpartum moms. What would you tell them? And then two, what advice would you give to moms who are currently going through postpartum?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would like to plead with our health professionals that the topics they speak to us about during pregnancy class, if they could include a bit of postpartum depression, baby blues, it would help a lot, because some of us didn't have any idea about these things until we experienced it. So I'll plead that they add topics that will prepare pregnant women or mothers for some of these things, so that when it gets there, it won't be too difficult for them to overcome. And to moms that are going through any of these baby blues or postpartum hard times, I would like to tell you that it's just a phase. It's going to pass. So accept that your body had gone through a period of 10 months to bring you a wonderful bundle of joy. So just take your time, give yourself time, and then you recover. You're going to be okay.
You've heard from the horse's own mouth. She said, "Don't worry, you will be fine." And you see, my favorite song currently is Akwabo's Pressure. He said, "Emo be mommy pressure. Oh, please don't let anybody give you any unnecessary pressure. Your body went through a whole long period to bring forth a child, a whole human being who is going to grow up to be as old as you are. Give yourself some grace, give yourself some time, mama. Give yourself all the time, the grace that you need. Let your body heal according to its own time. And don't let anybody give you any unnecessary pressure." We will be back with the playground segment.
This program is proudly brought to you by Appearance Trendy Wardrobe and Kitchen, Cocado's Healthy Cuisine, and Vista Pediatrics.
Welcome back from the short commercial break. And this is my personal favorite segment because this is where I get to get money. I get to get money from my guests. We are going to play Stack the Caps, my favorite game too. So we're going to use balloon. This is mine. Miss Tay also has hers. We're going to blow into this balloon and without touching, use the balloons to stack the caps into each other. I have 5 here. Do you also have 5?
Yes, I do. Yes.
And I don't want you to think. Don't even get the slightest idea that you win. Because I'll
What
win.
if I do?
But if you win,
Mhm.
well, I'll feel sad. But that's nothing. If I win, you have to give me some money.
Why? If I win, you give me money as well.
No, it's my show. I decide.
Okay.
Okay, if you give us the go ahead, producer, we will go. Are we good to go? Okay. Why are you winning? Okay, I'm not supposed to. Oh no!
I give up.
I want to see how she did it. Did she cheat? I want to see before I agree. How did you do it?
I won.
Didn't she touch
I
it?
just won.
She touched it. No. Before I watched the replay, I was
We can do it again. If you
I have
don't mind.
nothing to give you.
You owe me $100.
Thank you for watching the segment. We will be right back. I have nothing to give you.
You have.
This program is proudly brought to you by Appearance Trendy Wardrobe and Kitchen, Kokado's Healthy Cuisine, and Vista Pediatrics.
Welcome back. As you can see, I've been cheated. But then, I am a very positive person. I'll bring her back and I'll win. And she'll know that I'm a winner. I was a winner at birth. Now, this show is proudly brought to you by our very wonderful sponsors, and we are forever grateful to them. We have Kokados. Kokados has salads, detox packages, smoothies, Greek yogurt, parfait. They have granola, wraps, juices, and the bougie Burkina, aka Brooks. You can call or text them on 0541 022 896. Now, Kokados has two branches. They have one at Market Circle and then one at Anaji on the CK Man Road. Now, our next sponsor is Appearance Trendy Wardrobe and Kitchen. They have microwaves, kitchen stands, saucepans, rice cookers, air fryers, blenders, like anything kitchen. They also have clothes, they have kids clothes, they have corporate dresses, they have casual dresses, outing dresses, anything for men, for women, for children, anything kitchen, anything wardrobe. Kindly call or WhatsApp them on 0208 759 436. And then, of course, my favorite children's clinic. That's your favorite too.
Yeah.
Vista. Any person I know in
Loves
this
Vista.
region loves Vista.
Yeah.
So if you have kids, please take them to Vista Pediatrics because they are the leading children's clinic in the Western and Central regions. They treat everything, all kinds of children's issues. They can be found at Fijai near the NK nightclub. Call them or text them on 0208 161123. And as always, we are very mindful. It's very demure to be mindful. It's very
Yes.
cutesy to be mindful of what you consume into your body. So Kokados always makes sure that my guest and I eat well on our production days. So we have here some parfait. We have some couscous. Those of you who have stopped eating rice, couscous is what you can use to replace. And then we have some chicken stir fries, all going to our guest Thank you, Cocados. There you go.
Ooh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I love Cocados. And
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Thank you too for
Thank
making time. I know,
you.
your baby and all. Thank you.
Yes,
You're very, very grateful.
I'm grateful.
Yeah. Thank you to Max Multimedia Institute, the #1 production company you know. As you can see, like whenever I go to tell people, like, hey, you're set. I say, yeah, give me the fans. But the fans doesn't come to me. Thank Uncle Mark and his team for this beautiful production that comes your way every week. Thank you for making time to watch. Thank you to my lovely husband. I love you. Mwah. Thank you, and see you next week, same time. It's bye-bye.
This program is proudly brought to you by Appearance Trendy Wardrobe and Kitchen, Cocado's Healthy Cuisine, and Vista Pediatrics.